Spare bag on the bear cable. This morning I'm having scrambled eggs that Logier gave me before he left. There were 13 here last night during the rain, and this is what's left. Just waiting for the boil. Scrambled eggs. David, what is your occupation?
My name is Barbie, and I am hiking the trail.
That's awesome. Good morning. It is Friday, April 7th, 2023, and this is the 8th day of my 13th section hike, and I'm in the privy of Peck's Corner Shelter. And as you can see, it is raining pretty steady, and I am fixing to get back on trail. And there are two options today. One is to go to the Cosby Knob Shelter, which is like 5.8 miles, or go 13 and change miles to the Cosby Knob Shelter. And it is about 9:45. I took my time this morning and packed up slow and had a nice freeze-dried scrambled egg breakfast with coffee, and just enjoyed it. So I don't see killing myself in these conditions to make it to the second shelter. So I'm going to shoot for the first shelter, and there's probably not going to be much videotaping today because it is just nothing to videotape. Those are the mountains down there, and as you can see, everything is socked in and everything is wet. And I'm just going to, what they say on the trail, just embrace the suck. Go on to Wikipedia and look up the definition of socked in, and it would show this picture. You can see the ridge line up there, ghosted by the smoke. Wow, it looks like it's slowly clearing up. Look at the Smoky Mountains, hence the name. Is that not incredible? And just like that, 1 minute later, it's socked in again. Wow. That was just a happy miracle that I got that view when I did. Back on the trail, folks. Feels like the sun's trying to come up through the fog. Seems lighter, but it's still windy and cold. It was, just checked the temperature a little while ago. It said 46 degrees, but probably in the mid 30s or lower with the wind chill. Just embracing the suck and enjoying this beautiful climate. Even though it's not ultimate conditions, it's still pretty awesome. It's 11:30 and it looks like it stopped raining and the sun is coming through the fog. And so far, this has been the trail today. Well, it started raining again. Glad I didn't put the umbrella up. But it's not raining that hard. Just a little sprinkle. This is some beautiful area right here. This forest, alpine forest. So I've made it to the Tri-Corner Knob Shelter, and I'm gonna go take my pack off, take a break. I've taken about a 30-minute break. It's 5 after 2 and 7.7 miles to the next shelter, mostly downhill. I'm pushing for it. I will probably get there around dark or so, but it's going to be raining the next 2 days and I want to go ahead and finish up. Well, I hope I can get to the Cosby Knob Shelter before dark, but I don't think so. Even so, I'm going to push for it. You can see a little silhouetting of the peak over the valley, but it'll soon be gone with the smoke. Amazing. Look at that. This is so much like the Black Forest of Bavaria. I was in the Air Force stationed at Ramstein, Germany for 2 years, January 76 to January 78, and made a couple of trips over to the Black Forest. And this looks so much like it. Today is the second day of the Masters. If you notice my hat, some of you may not know that I am normally a player escort working for Securitas during the Masters, but I missed the 2 years of COVID And this calling this year to do the Smokys was a greater calling than to do the Masters. But I'm thinking about my buddies that are doing it over there. Ken Coleman, high school classmate at Davenport Gap, got me to do the job. And he's also my first section hike buddy. And we've done a lot of the, about 600 miles of the northern sections that I've done. And I've done at least 400 with him. And Joel Stanifer, who is my escort buddy, player escort buddy, doing the Masters for the last 3 years, and great guy, and I'm missing doing that with him. And then there's Jay Rome, who works with Ken on the 14th tee box, and Porter Angel, who is a knock-up player escort. He's been doing it for years. And Ken Williams, who's in charge of the course security officers, great guy. And Bill Evans, who's in charge of all the security. And we're coming across a little pass that I'm hoping that this weather is not affecting them, and they get to move on with the tournament. It has been one of my bucket list things, and so is this. But yeah, again, the call was stronger to do this year than the Masters, and that's a pretty big call, because the Masters, although it's 10 days of long hours and it's grueling, it's worth every second of it. Anyhow, I just wanted to share that and thinking of those guys out there while I'm doing the trail. Back to it. Fellas that I work with at Augusta during the Masters that I forgot to mention. One is Doc Wilkes from Tennessee. He's a chiropractor, and he has in the past given me great chiropractic adjustments during the middle of the tournament when it's really needed. Also, last but not least, a fellow that I used to work with at Home Depot before I retired, and I got his gig there at Augusta. Ron Dye, who works the 16th hole, pin high on the spectator side. Guys, I wish I could be there with you, but to be honest, I'm glad I'm here. Talk at you. This is the spot of an old helicopter pad. It's a good break spot and normally a good view spot, but as you can see, there's no views today, so we're moving on. So it's 3.9 to Cosby Knob Shelter. And it is about 10 minutes till 5. So I'll make it at around dark 30. Cosby Shelter. I think that says. Can't tell because it's all wore out, but this is our shelter. I made it. It looks like a full house. The shelter is totally full, so there's no room for me. And I'm the only one that's not in the shelter. And I'm gonna hang from that tree to this tree. And it should be okay. I'll be sleeping actually more comfortable than any of those guys. Got here before 7 o'clock, got here at 6:45. But look at this. I'm surrounded by dogwood trees. Here's my setup. And there's the Cosby Knob Shelter and the bear cables between us. So I've got my bear bag and my water supply, and I'm gonna get me some food. Cosby Knob Shelter. Bear bag hung on the bear cable. 5 after 8. And I am going to bed. Tomorrow's my last day. And I'll be done with this section. Night, y'all.